Hi everyone, welcome to the A Strings YouTube channel. My name is Ryan Haberfield and I'm hijacking the channel for another educational style video. So if you don't know about me, if you've not checked the first video myself and Adam did, have a little look at that. But just in brief, I'm a professional guitarist, played with a load of pop stars such as Jessie J, Mel C from the Spice Girls, played the West End shows, etc, etc. So I'm a full-time musician, and in this video I'm going to tell you all about the Fender Stratocaster and the kind of sounds you can get from changing pickups. We're going to look at the sort of sounds you can get and the kind of styles that each of the different pickup choices would be appropriate for. Okay, so for this video I'm going to use this awesome player series that's on sale in the shop here. So if you want to check it out, you can click in the link in the description. So let's start off then. We're going to start off with pickup selection number 1. So that's where you've got this pickup selector and you've pushed all the way to the front. Now what that does is it activates this pickup, which is known as our neck pickup. Now the great thing about this position is it gives us quite a full and quite a warm sound. So generally when I would flick this pickup to this position, when I'd go on the neck pickup, I do a lot of rhythm sort of stuff. So if I was to play it's got a nice warm tone to it, so that's great for rhythm guitar. If you just, even if you're strumming, it's got a really fat, warm sound to it. It's great for something like soul music as well. So if you're playing sort of some sort of Motown, you can play the same chord. Really big, warm sound. Also great for Jimi Hendrix sort of style stuff. You know, Hendrix used that neck pickup a lot to get that really great rhythm sound that he uses. So just general rhythm stuff if I ever want a kind of a fat sound. Now often people use it as well for lead. So if I was playing a blues, for example, and I did blues lead, I might use this pickup as well. So you know, it's giving me a nice kind of warm, creamy sound to it. It's great for blues rhythm as well. You know, really kind of fat kind of sound. So if you're going for that sort of thing. Also a lot of rock players use it for more of a kind of a creamy lead sound. Often when playing rock guitar solos, certainly the 80s stuff, a lot of it was done on the back pickup. However, players such as Slash, I guess, would use the neck pickup, even though he used a Les Paul. It's kind of as close as you can get from a Strat to emulating that creamy Les Paul sound, which would be put on the front. So if I kick on more of a rock sound, so if I was ever playing kind of like a melodic lead and I wanted a sweet kind of creamy sound, that kind of sound, I would use the neck pickup. It really, really sings. Really creamy and thick kind of sound, and that's on the neck pickup. Also, for any of you shredders, alternate picking and sweep picking sounds really, really good on a neck pickup, and it's actually a bit easier just to do with the tone of it. There's a lot more sort of like low mids and low bass, so it's a little bit more cutting, and it's a bit easier actually. It's a bit more forgiving than if you're doing this, trying to do this on a bridge pickup. I'll show you what I mean. So alternate picking like that sounds a bit more, I guess, percussive when you're on the neck pickup. Sweep picking as well. So if any of you are into sweep picking, it gives a just again more of a percussive sort of sound. I find personally, if I'm doing any kind of lines like that on the neck pickup, it's a bit more forgiving. If like me going on to something like the bridge, which normally will play rock rhythm on, which I'll come on to. So the neck pickup is very, very versatile, and we can get a lot of great sounds out of it. So moving on then, that was the neck pickup. Let's push this back 1. So this is PU2, or pickup selection 2. Now what this does, this activates, this brings in this middle pickup along with the neck pickup. So this time we're using both of these options, and it gets what's known as an out of phase sound, something like Purple Rain-esque. It's also kind of another classic example of it is John Mayer, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. It's also great for kind of like Hendrix style rhythm. That kind of thing. So we've gone John Mayer, we've talked about doing sort of Prince sort of stuff. So talking about Prince, we can do quite funky things as well with this, the second pickup. So something like this. If I was ever playing, you know, kind of a funk or a disco, some chic kind of stuff, or you know, anything by Nile Rodgers, that always sounds great on this second pickup as well. So you know, Uptown Funk or anything like that, if I was going to play sort of Jackson stuff. If I was doing that kind of single note funk for kind of 70s pop, for example, that second position where with the out of phase sound using the neck and the middle pickup sounds really, really good, and it's quite cut-in. So we're going to come on to one of the other ones later in this video, but that is a bit more of a warmer way to approach it. And that's the second pickup. So some people use it for leads. I don't personally. I find certainly when I kick on a distortion or a drive, it starts to get a little bit thin. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is with a bit of a drive. Personally, I prefer the neck pickup. But some people really, really love this second position, this out of phase sound for lead. So that can also work as well. For personally, I tend to use it more for kind of rhythm playing. So moving on then, let's take the next one. We're going to go to the very middle, which is the third one from the front. 1, 2, 3. Now that is just this middle pickup alone. Now again, this is something I would mainly use for rhythm playing. I'm never, if I'm honest, ever used this pickup on its own for any lead stuff. It's great for indie, if you're going to play some indie rock. If you're going to play Motown, if you're finding when you're playing on the neck pickup, it's a bit warm, say you're playing Motown, and you wanted something a little bit brighter, this middle pickup is going to sound a bit brighter. You can hear that straight away. It sounds a lot brighter, it doesn't have as much bottom end and low mids as the neck pickup did. So if you wanted to play some reggae, for example, this would be great. Indie stuff, if you're playing a bit of indie, so I kick on a little bit of drive and I was playing for an indie sort of style band or that indie kind of pop, it just adds a bit more top end. Sometimes if you play chords like that on the neck pickup on the front one, it can almost sound a little bit warm for that style. So that's what I'll use that mid pickup for. I'll do it for indie rock, for soul, for reggae kind of music, and any situation where I find if I'm playing rhythm on the neck pickup, maybe the guitar sounded a bit too thick, I'll flick it onto the middle pickup, position number 3, and I'll use that instead. Okay, moving on then, let's talk about the next position. We're going to flick this now to position number 4. So that's not all the way back, 1 from the back or 4 from the front. Now what that does, it's going to bring in this back pickup, this bridge pickup, along with the middle, and it's another, what's known as an out of phase sound. So you can hear sort of, it almost sounds kind of clucky, which is one of the things I use it for, is country. It's great for going to the funk stuff again. You can use that as an option for funk. So if you find when you're playing funk, again, that the second position we did earlier, this one, was a bit too fat, It's a much fatter sound to that than the fourth position. We can use it for funk. It's great for disco music. Okay, so great for disco. It's great for country music as well. And often what some guitarists will do is, I'm going to talk about the bridge pickup in a sec. If you ever find the bridge pickup's a bit bright, you can stick it onto this fourth position for lead. Now, I'll show you what I mean. So this is the fourth position for a lead. Kind of a big lead sound, kind of classic kind of sound out of that fourth position. If you're finding that this is a bit bright, often if you ever get one of these Strats with a humbucker, you tend to not have that problem as much, but certainly on the single coil pickups in the bridge, that fourth position can be a resolution, if you like, or a solution to the problem if you find that bridge pickup is a little bit bright for lead. You can flick it back a little bit. A lot of guys sort of in the West End and recording world use that, and it was quite a 80s sort of sound, I guess, using this fourth position. If you listen to a lot of the 80s, certainly like funk and dance music, they would use that pickup position there. So moving on then, the final one, let's talk about the bridge pickup. So all the way to the back, this is going to be the brightest of all of the pickups we've used. As you've sort of seen as we've gone through it, it gets brighter the further back we go, just because of where the the magnets are picking up the sound of the strings. So this is going to be the brightest of all of them. So again, this is a great kind of country pickup. You know, it's great for Rolling Stones kind of stuff. Great for sort of heavier rock as well. You know, if I was playing on the Strat and I was going to play some heavy rock, I'm going to stick it onto the bridge pickup from a rhythm perspective. It's also great for lead, like a lot of the kind of 80s lead guys. Let's talk about that for a sec. Some of the guitars in the 80s didn't even bother with anything else. They just had a bridge pickup. So, you know, if I was going to go a little bit more 80s with a lead kind of thing. You know, that great sound is a little bit more biting than if I use the neck. This is the neck. Onto the bridge. So it's a little bit more in your face when you use that bridge pickup. So it's great for country. It's great for Rolling Stone stuff. It's great for rock. It's great for blues as well. You know, also sounds great for blues. It's just a bit more bright and a bit more kind of biting or cutting than some of the other pickups. So let's just do a kind of a quick view of that, because I know I've put loads and loads of stuff in this video. So generally, the further forward you are, the warmer it's going to sound. So anything you want, sort of like if you wanted a warm, creamy kind of lead sound. For blues, if you wanted even a bit of, you know, if you like jazz. If I was playing a Strat, I would definitely go on the neck pickup. So anything a bit warmer, we talked about earlier in the video as well, using it for like a rock lead or using it for shredding, that would be the neck pickup. Second position was the out of phase sound, funk. We'd use it for the Hendrixy kind of stuff. Then moving on to the middle one, that's bright indie soul kind of music. It's a little bit brighter than the neck. And then we talked about the fourth pickup. Now this is kind of your classic kind of 80s sort of sound, great for funk. You can also use it for rock lead as well. And then we talked about the back pickup, which is the brightest of all of them. Great for country, great for rock, great for Rolling Stones kind of music. So there is a lot of sounds you can get out of your guitars, especially if you have a Strat. Now, I know a lot of the time when we learn guitar, we spend a lot of learning about other kind of sounds like effect pedals, and we learn about different parts. But don't forget about what the pickups can do. Certainly as a professional musician, when I program shows, when I'm programming any kind of sound, I'm always very conscious as well of what can the guitar do. So first things first, what can you get out of your instrument? What can you get out of the guitar and the amp from changing the pickup selections around, rolling the volume back, messing with the tone knobs, or whatever it is? What can you get out of the guitar before you start thinking about introducing pedals? So I hope that video was informative. You got a lot out of it. Any questions, just put them in the comments below. If you want to get in touch with myself, I have an online guitar school called fretlix.com. Also have a Facebook group and a YouTube channel. All the links are going to be below in the description. And I've also put a link to this absolutely awesome Fender. I absolutely love playing Fenders. Strat to kind of, if I have to pick a favourite guitar, I'm probably going to err on the side of Strat, just because it's so versatile. And normally when I'm out doing pro gigs, I tend 99% of the time to take a Strat. So for all the amp sounds as well, I've used the amazing Kemper Profiler. You can get them, we'll put the link in the description as well. You can get them through the 8-string shop. All the different tones I've got, from the funk stuff to the rock to the indie, I've all got that out of the Kemper. I absolutely love the Kemper Profile. If you check out the first video myself and Adam did, where we had a kind of a really brief gear rundown, and I'm sure we're going to go into this in more detail. I think I'm going to do a full deep dive into the Kemper at some point. I absolutely love it. It's what I mainly use for all my touring shows. That, with a Strat, you can't go wrong. My name's been Ryan Haberfield, and this has been the A Strings YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you all again soon.
Hello, Adam here. Just letting you guys know that you can check out Ryan on all of his teaching platforms across Facebook. You've got fretlix.com, and if you go through the link below in the description, you get 50% off through our A Strings affiliation. I don't know what you call it, but that's what it is. Any of the products that Ryan is using in any of these teaching videos are available through us here at A Strings. We've put in the products in the descriptions below too, so you can check them out. And that is it. Enjoy the videos. Ryan, have a good one, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.